It's that time of week again. Of course, we do it twice a week. We're talking about the Ultimate Intimacy Podcast, not our lovemaking twice a week. The Ultimate Intimacy Podcast twice a week with Nick and Amy. And today's episode, it's going to be a little different.
It is?
Well, we get a lot of people asking us about like intimacy aids, sex toys, things like that.
What are our thoughts? What are our feelings? Why
Yeah,
we changed
and
our mind?
obviously we want to do our podcast on what you, the audience, has interest in or the questions you have. And so again, this is something we get a lot of questions on. We're going to
Well,
cover, 7 or 8 questions or things and just give our thoughts on it. So
are
it's
they
going to be
okay?
totally
Are they
open.
not okay? Why is it okay? Let's just get into some of these questions. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think well, and we'll kind of share our story as well too. Like
Mhm.
Amy and I think we were probably 6 or 7 years ago, give or take, we were against them. We're like, why do you need that, right?
Why would
Like,
anyone need to bring that in? Yeah.
and I think a lot of it was just the way we grew up. We kind of thought that, oh, those are just for people that are getting crazy.
Or
Um,
need serious help or
yeah,
yeah.
and I think of most of it was just a real lack of knowledge and understanding, and well, obviously you don't know until you try something as well too. And so yeah,
Or
like
learn.
we
Just
we are a
learn
couple that were against them, and now we are 1000% for them
for
because
some of them.
for some of them, correct. Yes,
For some
I'm
of
glad you
them.
pointed that out. Yes, for
Not
some of
all of
them,
them.
probably for a very few of them, and most of them were still against.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But to each their own. No judgment. Like I just, everyone has their own feelings and beliefs
Yeah.
about this, which is why we're going to try and be really respectful. These are some of the questions we get, okay? Are intimacy aids, I love that that was said intimacy aids and not sex toys. Some people would say sex toys, some people would say an intimacy aid. I
I
would
may
I would
said it.
say it just there's lots of different ways to say it.
Yeah.
But the more I've like matured and gotten older, I'm like there literally can be aids. And aids are something you do to help things be better, just in life, right?
Oh,
So
for
we'll get
sure.
into that. Are intimacy aids only for couples with problems, or can happy couples benefit from them too? How do we even bring up the idea of using an intimacy aid without it feeling awkward? We'll talk about that. Do intimacy aids replace intimacy, or can they actually make a couple closer? What's a good starter aid for couples who've never tried aids before? How do we make sure that both of us feel comfortable and not pressured? Is it normal to feel nervous or embarrassed about starting to use them? Can an intimacy aid or sex toy really help with mismatched sex drives or physical challenges? Yes. How do we keep it fun and playful instead of clinical or intimidating? And there's so many other questions,
Yeah.
right? How do we use them? Why would we use them? How do we bring
And
this up?
we aren't going to get into a lot
No.
of this stuff today. We're going to
Yeah.
keep it good.
Yeah. So maybe we start with our story.
Yeah.
And just remember, like, we're respectful if you're like super against them, super for them. Maybe you're really kinky and crazy and that works for you. Maybe you're more like us and you're like, okay, I'll try a couple things and they're just, more for an aid. Wherever you're at in this range, like, that's great.
Yeah. We're just sharing our
Our
experience and
experience.
take it for what it's worth. So
Right. Okay. You want to
lead
share?
us off. I think
Oh.
you're the wife. So
Oh. So, well, I don't really know where you want to go. You said share the story. I'm like, okay, where does the story start?
I honestly don't know where it starts either. I know we had a conversation. Well, no, here's where it started. So Amy and I were having a good talk one night, and she was, we were just talking. She's like, does sex feel good the entire time to
Okay.
you? And I was like, yeah, it really does. Like the whole time. She's like, well, for me, it only feels good for X amount of seconds, right? And the
Mhm.
rest of the time, I mean,
It's like a lot of work.
it's a lot
Yeah.
of work to get there, right? And she's like, I think that's one of the reasons maybe
Hmm.
I just don't enjoy it as
Hmm.
much is because it's so much work and so much effort for such a short
Yeah. Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
right? And I said that makes a lot of sense, right? Like a lot of effort, a lot of prep, everything,
Hmm.
and yeah. And so we started saying, well, how do we make it more enjoyable for you the full whole time, like it is for me, right?
Right.
Like, and I think that's where it started. And so, um,
So we started doing research, like legitimately started doing research. This is like we've been married 23.
I don't remember what
15,
year.
16, I don't know.
It was after we did the app. So
Yeah, I think it was. And we built the app. I mean, that's a whole other story you probably already heard, but I felt like I was broken, like my libido had dropped. Obviously, we know that was tied to emotional things at the moment, but I was like, wait a second, it used to like really work for me, and now I don't feel like my body's working for me anymore. And so I was in a place where I'm like, why do you still crave it all the time? And why am I not craving it all the time? Big discussion to have in
Or
our
why-
marriage, really big
or it only feels good for me for a few seconds, right? It's a
Right.
lot of effort for only a few seconds.
I think, just to be full on blunt, is years and years and years into our marriage. I don't think either of us realized how big the clitoris was a part of female arousal. Thank goodness we met Cindy Sharkey. We have several episodes with her about female arousal, female pleasure. She's amazing at talking about this subject. But the clitoris is literally key to unlocking female pleasure. And I was like, wait a second, like you have to stay like on the outside, sorry TMI, to really, like, guys on the body part that like really focuses on the woman's body part that she needs for arousal, right? Like this is like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, how do we fix this? And so when we started doing more research, or like maybe it's not all bad to bring a toy into the bedroom if we're using it together. And that's what I want to talk about. Like, we're very much against using anything or doing anything
in
intimate
private
alone.
or on their own.
Like,
yeah.
we're very much against that. Whatever you believe is fine.
That's just
But
yeah,
that's
for
how
us
we
personally,
feel.
yeah.
That's how we feel. And so intimate toys should be used together. That we're very firm on that. And so we just started thinking, like, what were you saying about just things that like help us in all different areas?
Yeah, so we kind of have a saying that when for us at least, we're like, all right, is this going to bring us closer together as a couple?
Well, I was talking like we use this for this to help with this. We use this to help with this. Hearing aids.
Oh yeah. No, it's so true. Like a lot of people are, I can't believe that you guys would promote using an intimacy aid. Like that's horrible. Like it's supposed to be natural, but as Amy and I have talked, like you use glasses to see better, right? You use hearing aids to hear better. You have air conditioning in your house to make life more comfortable. Like everything in life, we come up with inventions or different things to make our life better and easier and more fulfilling, more satisfying. And where sexual intimacy is such a big part of marriage and having a happy and healthy marriage. And the stats say that over 80% of women cannot have an orgasm from intercourse alone.
Right.
That means there's a lot of women out there that don't know their bodies. They don't know how to enjoy sexual intimacy. So for a lot of women, sex is just like, oh, it's just for him. And it's really frustrating because they don't know why they aren't feeling the same way or how pleasure happens for their body. And so, obviously these intimacy aids are designed for that specific purpose. And I really believe that the intimacy aids, specific ones, can actually absolutely make your marriage so much better, make your intimacy so much better. They can be life-changing. They really can.
It was for us. It was first, especially when, I'm hitting my late 30s, 40s, my body has changed. I'm now in like perimenopause. Like it can get harder for women to really want it, to enjoy it, to mentally be able to erase what's going on mentally and be able to turn, physical. Like, I mean, we talk about that all the time, right? Like, if it feels good enough to a wife, I can tell you this, if it feels good enough to a wife, she's going to be more sex positive. She's going to have a better attitude about wanting to do it. She's going to enjoy it longer. It's going to feel better the entire time instead of just at the ending. It's not going to take so much buildup. It's going to take pressure off of him.
Well,
like look at all those positives. So we found the ring, which is only used together. It's an intimacy aid that we sell because we swear by it, and every wife and every husband that buys it and uses it together swear by it. It's been life-changing, and we thought, why is something that's so life-changing, why would that be bad?
Well, and I think too, like the frustration for a husband of like, not understanding, like, why does my wife not enjoy it? Or why, a lot of frustrations for husbands as well too is like, well, I accidentally finished before she does now. What do I do? Right. And the amazing
Pressure.
thing about this intimacy aid is what we're hearing and not too much information, but
Right.
for
We get a lot of comments back.
many wives, the wives are finishing before the husband. They're like, it's like
Yeah.
crazy how good it works. And so now you have a lot of wives that feel like, oh man, I'm being prioritized, right? And you have a lot of husbands that feel like they're a stud, even though it's kind of the intimacy aid as well too. But they're like, oh, now my wife is pleased every single time,
Right.
and it feels good the entire time, and now she can focus on us connecting as a couple instead of feeling frustrated, like why can I not have one, or why does this not feel good to me, or the husband's feeling, why can I not take care of my wife sexually, right? There's nothing a husband wants more than to please his wife in the bedroom, and these can be a great addition, just like I said, to anything else.
Yes.
You know, you wear glasses or contacts to make your eyesight better. That why not use an intimacy aid if it can make everything so much better?
And once again, used together, right? So if intimate time feels better, it's more connecting, there's less pressure, it feels better for her, it feels better longer for her. Like, we just couldn't come up with any negative effects because it's used together, right? So we're like, okay, this is only helping couples love being intimate together. This has got to be a great thing. And our whole entire mindset shift changed, not about all this other stuff. We don't need a whole bunch of stuff, but like when you can find something that literally is an aid to your intimate life, like how awesome for both people, people.
And if it helps your wife enjoy it more, you're obviously going to be intimate more often. Like, how can that not be a great thing, right?
Right. So we're going to talk about just a couple of the positives that we get a lot of feedback. We get tons of feedback, right, on this whole subject all the time. So introducing an intimacy aid can actually help just enhancing your communication. So the day that I brought Nick a bedroom game and said, I'm broken, like I need something new. I need something new. You know that story. I was like, wait, what? I'm not good enough?
Well, this is not good enough.
Wait, this isn't good enough? That was a real rip off the Band-Aid moment for our marriage, which made us be able to talk about everything after that. The vulnerability came out, the honesty came out. It's like, I'm not trying to hurt you. I want it like you want it. I want to enjoy it like you want me to enjoy it. We started having some serious discussions. Some serious discussions. And I feel like to have a great marriage, you have to have those. Whether it's hard at the beginning, it has to happen, right? It's like when you say, I've heard about this thing that could be really helpful for my pleasure. I want to enjoy it with you. I want to make love to you. I want it to feel good like it does for you the entire time. Like, would you be open to like trying something like that? I'm pretty sure there's not a husband out there. Well, actually, let me back up. If a husband's worried about it taking place of him, that is going to be a major concern in a marriage. And so, why don't you speak on that?
Yeah. So I will 100% admit, I told Amy, I said, hey, I'm a little concerned. Before we got one, I said, I'm a little concerned getting one of these because honestly, like if you just enjoy this way more than you enjoy me, I don't want it like replacing me. I don't want it like you're like, oh man, go get this. I don't need you, right? Like, honestly, like I'll be humble enough to admit, like that was a little bit of a concern.
How do you fix that? Boundaries.
Yeah, so obviously one of the things we said, hey, obviously, don't use this on your own, and let's just use this together as a couple and what have you. So when we got the first one we did, like I'll just say it was amazing, right? And
we did that.
Yeah. And I was like, holy smokes, like it didn't take anything away. It actually added to, and kind of like our famous saying, does it bring you closer together as a couple? And we're like, and he's like, that was amazing. And so that was kind of the start of our journey, so to speak, as far as this goes. And now, like, I don't in any way feel like it takes away from things. I feel like what could be better than having Amy be satisfied?
I think every husband feels like that about his wife, right?
What could be better than that, right?
Like if a husband really looks deep down inside, he's like, I really want my wife to enjoy it. I really want her to enjoy it the whole time. And this isn't something that can replace me. It's something that's only used together. Like, okay, I mean, I can't really find any negatives, but you're gonna have that conversation. And if a husband's worried about that, like you gotta have that conversation and ask the husband, like what makes you worried about trying this? Or vice versa. You know, I mean, it could go both ways
Again,
where
I
she's
think
hesitant.
the simple question is you ask yourself, does it bring us closer together as a couple? And if the answer is yes, that how can it not be a good thing? If the answer was no, then obviously, we recognize it's not going to be across the board for every couple, right? Like if,
We're talking to the people today that are interested or are for them or wondering like, okay, it sounds like it could be beneficial. How do I bring this up?
Yeah, we're talking to the couples that are like, whether the wife doesn't really enjoy it, the husband's maybe frustrated because he knows his wife doesn't enjoy it. They're just like, what can we do to make our intimate life better? Those are the couples we're talking to.
Right. This can also help discuss boundaries. Like I said, like you've got to have these discussions like, okay, let's set boundaries together when it comes to this, right? That's going to look different to everyone. Like you just said, you already mentioned number 2, which is boosting connection. If you're having better intimate times, both of you together, you're going to get more in sync with each other during intimate times. It's only going to just boost your connection,
100%.
your emotional connection, your sexual connection. It's just going to boost everything.
Yep.
That's ultimate intimacy, right?
Yep.
The next one is overcoming routine. I felt like at year 15, there was a routine issue for me. And I thought that was more like, oh, it needs more variety, whatever.
She came to me with the bedroom game. We need to switch things up.
I did. And
okay.
We found out it was more emotional crap that we were dealing with. And that's, I have learned libido is more emotional than it is physical. I've learned that over these years. And I look back and I'm like, that was absolutely, nobody really taught me that, right? This is why we dove into the app and all this stuff is like, we were learning so much. We were digging in and trying to figure this whole intimate stuff out in marriage, right? Like, why is this so connected to everything else? And it is. But just overcoming routine, I think every couple struggles with this. Like every couple, we all need stuff that is going to help keep our marriage exciting because we get bored with our cars, we get bored with our houses, we get bored with our hobbies.
I was going to say that's why we go on vacations once in a while and or do fun things is to get out of routine. And and our intimate life is no different.
But I feel like with this toy routine.
That's true. I know that's true. I asked you the other night. I'm like,
you want to switch things up? No, I'm good.
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Just keep it the same.
I'm good.
I'm like, wait, this is coming from the person who bought me a bedroom game that wanted to switch things up. Are you sure youure good?
No,
I'm totally good. I'm totally good.
This intimacy makes routine perfectly fine. Seriously. Supports sexual health. There's a lot of women that have not, okay, I never say names. I know somebody who's been married 25 years and she has admitted that she has never had an orgasm in her life. This is a really big problem because what wife that isn't enjoying it every single time wants to be intimate? Like that is just going to be put on the back burner because it's just not physically enjoyable.
Well, and you bring up another good point. So let's say you're a woman that doesn't know your body. You don't know how you get aroused. You don't know how it works. You don't know like, why does this not feel good? You don't even need to worry about those answers anymore because giving this a try and giving it a chance and getting used to it for most women, not 100%, but for most women, they don't even need to understand the why anymore. This stimulates it and stimulates it quick.
The clitoris, yes.
Correct.
Yes. Used on the outside together during intercourse to stimulate the clitoris so that it feels good for her the entire time and faster and better. Like literally. Yeah.
And again, we're going to say it doesn't work for 100% of people. It doesn't. I would say 90%, 9 out of 10.
We know that sexual intimacy is a lot mental too.
Yeah.
So there's
we're not sitting here saying that 100% it's going to work for everyone, but for the majority of women, we've had a couple women, one in particular that said, I never imagined it could be this amazing, unbelievable. So.
The next benefit is increasing confidence. When you can say husband side, when a wife is enjoying it every time and she's like, oh my gosh, like I'm sexual, like I enjoy this with you. That's a confident booster for her, for both and for the husband. I think when a husband's like, it doesn't even matter if we have to use this aid. Like, you are loving this. I'm feeling good too. Like,
Absolutely.
when both people enjoy having sex together, especially in a long-term marriage, and they're both thriving in that area, like, that's just confidence on both sides. Like, I just wanted to bring that up.
I don't want to give too much info. I really don't.
Please
But
don't.
like it's one of those things like where I just I almost don't want to be intimate without it. And it's not, don't get me wrong on that.
Right.
The whole purpose of that is
For
like
me.
for
Yeah.
her, exactly. Like why would I want anything different now?
When it
It's
works that good.
amazing for both of us. It
Right.
works so
Right.
well. Like this, this thing's incredible.
Right.
So
Number 6 is it levels out desire differences. We have talked about desire differences. We've talked about this intimacy aid in all the podcasts on desire differences. Let me tell you why I'm bringing this one up. Without TMI, I can be a complete mental disaster. I can be stressed. I can have sex at the bottom of my to-do list, like a lot of women, at the very bottom. And I know with this intimacy aid that even mentally a disaster, that thing can work. I'm gonna leave it at that. It can work. It can work. It can turn the mental off and turn the physical straight on. And that, I guess that's the best way to say it. And a lot of women have wrote us and say, yep.
enough said.
Enough said.
Enough said.
Encourage exploration. We kind of already mentioned. And normalizes pleasure. We talk all the time about intimate time being intimate. It's about emotionally connecting. It's supposed to be the cherry on top when your marriage is already amazing, right? Like, you're already like united and connected and you're feeling in love. Like, that's what intimate time is supposed to look like. But this normalizes the pleasure part too. Like, both people really do need to be enjoying physically the physical part of sex.
Yeah, 100%.
For both sides. No wife is wanting to do it ever if it's not physically pleasurable for her. And so I think that's a good reason to bring marriage aids in, or a marriage aid in, to make sure that that's happening all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women are like, fine, it's for you. It's going to take me too long. It's all about you tonight. Like, I really feel like if women are like, no, I want one every single time, and change that attitude. And the husband's like, I want you to enjoy it every single time.
I would say the only negative about this intimacy aid is sometimes it works too fast.
Okay, leave it at that.
I'm just saying, like,
we're trying to be really careful, guys. Trying to be really careful about we do not want too much.
Exactly. We don't want to be doing podcasts on
no. There are people that talk way too much about this crap and they get way too detailed, and I'm like, no, that's not us. That's very
we don't want our podcast to become that way.
No. If you have personal, I just wanted to add this in really quick. We get a lot of people saying, how do we use it? Like, literally, how do I use it? I'm new to this. I want to use it.
It comes with instructions.
It does. But if you want to email us, we're happy to help. Like, we're literally happy to help. I just don't want to share too much on here.
Yeah, for sure.
Improves emotional intimacy because you're vulnerable. When you could say, that was amazing. That felt so good. I really like it when you did this. I really love to be intimate with you. Like, when you can be vulnerable like that, it improves your emotional intimacy. That's what it's all about, right? We're trying to have a better marriage.
Yeah.
And promotes lifelong intimacy. Our bodies age, our stages change. Women, like, totally, bodies changing all over the place, hormones changing, libido change. Like,
from a woman's standpoint of view, has this intimacy aid helped you really desire intimacy more, enjoy intimacy more? Like, what has it done for you? Because I think the men are listening and the women are listening, and both probably want to know, like, okay, what has this done for you?
Yes, yes, and yes. Yes, and yes.
Okay.
Longer, better, more often. Drops the mental load. That's a deeper issue in marriage. Go listen to the mental load. You know what I mean? But if you're in a good place in your marriage, but you're like stressed out, fixes that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's amazing. It's been life-changing, which is, we never ever thought we were like, oh, let's go sell some intimacy aids. That was never our game plan.
Never imagined we'd be doing this.
Okay, I have to bring something up before we end. And this is about another intimate aid. Because, yeah, the ring is amazing. The V-ring in our shop is amazing. This is what we've been talking about. But we also have a few different kinds of lubricant, and I want to talk about that for a second. We had a husband one time that said, oh, we don't use lubricant. I just wait for my wife to, self lubricate, whatever. That's natural. And I'm like, that's a lot of pressure on her sometimes. That doesn't always happen. It doesn't feel good for women to enjoy being intimate without lubricant a lot. A lot of the time it can hurt. I don't want to get into all the physical things with our bodies in this episode because we're almost done with this one. But lubricant, if you start with it for women, it's going to feel better from the first second. For a husband, we get feedback from husbands.
For sure.
For a husband, it feels better. Why not just start with it so there's no pressure? It feels better the entire time. There's not any kind of pain usually, unless there's something deeper going on when it comes to like friction and stuff. Like lubricant is very, very helpful. And so I just wanted to throw that out there because a lot of people don't understand the importance of lubricant and how it can literally change your intimate times. Like it's really important. Like we don't, not TMI, but like we don't even go there without it ever from the very start. Like, and people that say, okay, we just literally start with it every single time now at the very beginning, it helps.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. And so if you want to start with the all-in-one lubricant that's a massage cream and organic and a lubricant, then you can just start out with it being a massage cream and work your way down. Do you know what I mean? Like it's amazing.
Yeah, we'll put the links to those in the show notes so you have access to everything. But
I'm sorry if we didn't hit everything. I don't know what other questions we tried to go off the questions that we were getting from our audience and from emails and stuff. If you want to just talk to us about this, you're welcome to email us. You're welcome to message us on social media.
Yeah.
We want to be helpful. Like we were definitely like, okay, maybe a little purity culture on our part, growing up in very Christian homes, like wasn't talked about, sex wasn't talked about. We always kind of thought like, oh, this is just for crazy people. Like, sorry, kind of like what we grew up thinking and didn't know much and didn't realize they could be so life-changing for so many people. And once again, we always live by the boundaries. Is it bringing us closer together? And is it only used together? I think those are two really important questions to bring up with your spouse and talk about those things. Mm-hmm. If you're introducing them or if you're already using them, I still think that's really important and it's going to look different to everyone. So,
well, and again, like a lot of spouses aren't comfortable with it, right? And I think if it's approached and said, hey, we have glasses so we can see better. We have all these amazing inventions that make things so much better, right? Mm-hmm. And I truly believe this is just one of them. When people say, you shouldn't be promoting those or you shouldn't be using those, like how, if they're used together and they're making something so much better and bringing you closer together as a couple, I don't know how that can be a bad thing. Now, just like anything else, sometimes things are used in the wrong way. But if they're used in the right way, I don't see really any downsides, but I see so much upside. So
totally. So feel free to leave us your comments on this episode. Our products are found. We only pick the best. We swear by them, or we only keep selling things that we find appropriate and that are getting 5-star reviews. Like we make sure that the feedback and the reviews are so positive.
Yeah, we don't want to sell anything that's,
we want it to be a Christian friendly shop where we're helping you figure out how to just have a better intimate life. So.
Yeah, and you're supporting a great cause. So shop.ultimateintimacy.com. Again, we'll put some links in the show notes. You can go right to the products as well. And let us know if you have any questions. Really appreciate you listening to the podcast. And until next time.